That's my dude, Willie D. Shout out to Willie. I chopped it up with Willie the other day. Shout out to my brother, giving the coons that work. But what is up, family? Let me get my camera and everything together. All right. I'm sitting up high in my chair. My head is cut off. My head is cut off and my face is ashy. I look weird right now. I need to get my shit together. You feel me? What it do? All right. This works a little better. Trying to let y'all see my lovely hairline. What's going on, man? How y'all doing, family? All right, what's going on? We in here, boy, y'all in here heavy right now. We in here heavy. We in here heavy. The show started a little late tonight because of the debate, and I wanted to watch the debate. I know many of you watched the debate. Let me turn my phone lines on. There's a lot of stuff we're going to talk about tonight. Hold on. Let me turn this. Where's my Skype? Get my Skype cracking. Yes, indeed. Y'all got the Muhammad Ali shirt. Let me turn this Skype on so people can start calling in. Phone number is 818-850-5404. That is the number. 818-850-5404. Let me know what y'all thought about the debate with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump tonight. My opinion of it, it started off strong. And then it kind of leveled off. It got a little boring later on down the line, but it started strong. And, Hillary held her own. And at the end, Trump started to hold his own. But the bar was set so low for Trump. All Trump had to do was just not completely fuck up. And that's the problem. The thing with Trump, the bar is set so low for him, he can get away with a lot of shit because people expect the dumb shit from him. So, all he has to do is not crash and burn totally. So, I think Hillary was very strategic. They talked about, they said she couldn't score a knockout blow, but I think she was being strategic. You got to understand what Napoleon said. When somebody is losing, don't interrupt him. You dig? When somebody is losing, you don't interrupt them. So he's already losing because of that scandal. So she didn't go too hard on that. She was very, she went in on that some in the beginning. But you don't have to harp on that. You don't have to harp on that. Now he did get in her about them emails. He did get on her about them emails, and he was going in a little bit. See, whenever she started going in on him, this nigga would change the subject so fast. When they started talking about him grabbing pussy, and that's funny. The shit he was saying on tape about grabbing pussy, I'm like, that was locker room talk. I'm like, what locker room were you in? I have never sat around some dudes or anybody and talked about going out and grabbing pussy. But every time they would bring up that whole sexual assault video he made, because that's exactly what he was doing, running up, kissing somebody and grabbing their coochie, that's sexual assault. And he said that's locker room talk. And then he immediately changed the subject. He was like, yeah, that's locker room talk. That's just locker room talk. And, I'm going to defeat ISIS. And ISIS, they're beheading people. I mean, he just immediately started changing the subject. That shit was funny. What's up, Call Me Beauty? How are you, beloved? That was funny. So is Billy Bush suspended? Because I heard they weren't going to discipline him. And Billy Bush, he's been on that bullshit before. With that Al Roker was getting in his ass about white-splaining, old dude down there in Brazil lying on people. But yeah, that whole Pussygate scandal, that shit is crazy, man. That I've never heard anybody talk about walking up to a chick and grabbing her cooch. I've never. What locker room shit is that? What locker room talk is that? First of all, from a game perspective, that's real lame game. But that's that white supremacist talk. You know, I'm a celebrity. I can do what I want. We can do whatever we want. No. If you're a black celebrity, you can't do no shit like that. That's like, I'm white and I can do what I want. So they did suspend Billy Bush. Okay, they're giving him a symbolic smack on the wrist. How long are they going to suspend him? Yeah, notice he wasn't fired. All right? So I wonder how long that suspension is going to be. But yeah, that was crazy, man. But, you know, I mean, the damage is done with Trump. But, I would say the damage is done, but we got to understand this. His constituency, is basically a bunch of white supremacist suspects. And I've said this a million times. You just suspect that a Trump voter is a white supremacist. Because this man, when it comes to policies, he doesn't really have any kind of thorough policies. He doesn't have any type of thorough plans for anything. He's running on the white supremacist vote. Nothing more, nothing less. So all the stupid shit that he's doing that's utterly embarrassing, the white supremacists who are supporting him, they don't care. That's getting him more support from the white supremacists. They do not care. He has catered to the bottom barrel. The bottom barrel white supremacists, who they're called the silent majority, which means basically the previously closeted white supremacists. When somebody uses the term silent majority, that's just them saying the closeted white supremacists, and there are millions of them. All right, hold on, man. We're about to have these connection issues again. All right, hold on. All right, hold on. Let me refresh the page. Here we go with this stuff again. All right. Refresh. All right. Here, Ustream is with the bullshit. But all right, I don't want to harp too much on it. Let me just say this. Refresh your pages. All right, let me let everybody know to refresh their pages real quick. Refresh your pages. Refresh your pages. Refresh your pages. All right. All right, so I'm back. Now, family, if I cut off again, just refresh your page. I should use Mixer, because Mixer is the shit. I saw that documentary 13th on Netflix. That's a very good documentary. There were a couple of people who were in Hidden Colors in that documentary. Very well shot documentary. Ava DuVernay, I think that's her name. Very thorough sister. But the documentary was good. Khalil Muhammad, he was in it. Michelle Alexander, the lovely Michelle Alexander, she was in it. And yeah, we're going to talk about Birth of a Nation in a minute. Yeah, so look, family, if I go off, if we lose connection, if I freeze up, just keep refreshing until the page comes back. Because sometimes the connection is real janky. Yeah, but 13th was good. It was talking about how the 13th Amendment, and they used the criminal clause to criminalize black people. Very good documentary. Very, very good documentary. You guys should check that out. What can we expect? So we're gonna talk about Birth of a Nation in a second. But again, let's get some people to chime in. Hey, what's up? Who's calling?
What's going on, man? This is Lawrence from Mississippi.
Lawrence from Mississippi. What's on your mind, Lawrence?
Hey, I caught the tail end of the debate, man. I just want to say both of these people look crazy, man. I don't know. I was just watching Bob Shaker talk about he's never seen nothing like this. Man, these people are the epitome of what America is, man.
Yeah.
Like, this is the epitome of what America is. And I don't see why people are so, like, caught off by it. And like, oh, man, like, how do we get these two people elected? This is what the epitome of America is, man. Like, what they talking about and what they saying is the epitome of America. And I want to say kudos to the brothers, though, that was in the stands that was looking at him side eyes.
Yeah.
The blacks, as he put it, they ain't going for his shit.
Exactly. Man. Thanks for the call, man. But yeah, this embarrassment that is Donald Trump, that is a reflection of how America has basically gone into the same circle. This is basically the desperation of white supremacy. This is why, as we see, why so many black people are being slaughtered out here and executed, because this is what the country is about. We have a country full of white supremacists. That's a harsh reality. But the fact that Donald Trump has gotten this far, and I'm not saying all white people are white supremacists. That's not true at all. But enough are. I don't care about all white people not being white supremacists. Of course, all white people are not white supremacists. There's a lot of cool white people out there. But the thing is, there's too many goddamn white supremacists out here. The white supremacists are the most powerful ones. That's the problem. The white supremacists are way too powerful. They're more powerful than the white people who are all about justice, unfortunately, because we have a whole system of white supremacy run by the Donald Trumps. And I'm talking about white supremacists by their own admission. By their own admission. And the thing is with Trump, the rise of Trump, that has emboldened a lot of other white supremacists to come on out that closet. And some of these liberal suspected white supremacists are coming out the closet too, like Tim Wise. Let's get on Tim Wise for a minute. Tim Wise, and look, I was a big fan of Tim Wise. I'm not going to lie. Tim Wise, I was a big fan of Tim Wise. Huge fan. I've got some of Tim Wise's books. And Tim Wise is one of the few white people who really goes in on white supremacy. But the thing is, you've had people warn us about Tim Wise for years. First of all, shout out to Gus T. Renegade. The brother Gus T. Renegade has been relentlessly warning people about Tim Wise for years. I take my hat off to Gus T. Renegade. A lot of people sleep on that brother, but that brother has been warning people, relentlessly warning people about Tim Wise. He's like, hey, that whole liberal shit that he has going on, hey, Gus has said, I'm talking about Gus goes back to like 2009, talking about, hey, Tim Wise is very dangerous because that whole liberal thing that he does, you know, it lulls a lot of black people to sleep, and you put your guards down with him. Because Gus had Tim on his show a few times, and, you know, Tim has admitted to being a white supremacist. And Gus has been warning people for years. Even Neely Fuller has been warning people for years about Tim Wise. Dr. Welsing warned me about Tim Wise. She was the one who told me what Tim Wise said about her, because I was at Dr. Welsing's office in D.C., and we were talking, and we brought up Tim Wise, because I was thinking about, I like Tim Wise a lot. I was almost thinking about having him in the Hidden Color series. But some game that Dr. Welsing dropped on me, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not going to do that. We were talking, and she was like, well, you know, Tim Wise, he called my work, and this is Dr. Welsing talking. She's like, well, Tim Wise called my work a bunch of pseudo-intellectual bullshit. I'm like, whoa. Oh. It was something like, was it pseudo-intellectual bullshit? Something like that? Was it that? Pseudo-psychological bullshit? Pseudo pseudo something. What was the word? Is it pseudo intellectual, pseudo psychological? What was the actual word? Because I always forget what the word is. But yeah. No, say Tim Wise is the truth. Says Dr. Welsing saved me from cooning. Hilarious. Say he panders to black liberals and black feminists. Yeah. Pseudo-scientific, that's what, yeah, something like that. Pseudo-scientific bullshit. And Dr. Welsing, her analogy and her breakdown of white supremacists is the most thorough ever. But the thing is, you got to understand people like Tim Wise, and she was breaking this down to me. She was like, and I asked her, I said, is it good for, certain white people to speak out and, to speak out against racism? She was like, well, it's good to speak out against racism, but what happens is, unless they're giving out solutions, they're just talking. And also, with people like Tim Wise, it becomes a Jesus factor. They become Jesus to black folks. And that's exactly what Tim Wise, that's the relationship he has with black people. And Neely Fuller said how thorough Tim Wise is. Tim Wise is more thorough than a lot of black people when it comes to talking about racism. Very thorough. But Neely Fuller says you don't get an A for effort. You don't have any real tangible solutions. And you don't get an A for effort. And the thing is, he's one of these people who don't really offer any solutions. And when it comes to other black folks coming up with solutions and really breaking it down, people like Tim Wise will jump up and defy them, just like he did with Dr. Welsing. And Dr. Welsing was my mentor. When you talk about Dr. Welsing, that's like a no-no right there. So recently, Tim Wise came out about the Nate Parker scandal. And I use scandal in quotes. He came out talking about, he posted something on his Facebook talking about those fake rape allegations, talking about how Nate Parker should be ashamed. Nate Parker should apologize. Look at how he's talking to the victim. Tim Wise was talking greasy about Nate Parker and those fake rape allegations. Now, then another thing Tim tried to do, he tried to hide behind some of these pretend black feminists. He tried to post some shit by them and hide behind them. Now, Tim Wise is a smart white dude. He's not dumb at all. So he knew what he was doing, and he knows that those rape allegations, that's a whole common thing in white supremacist culture, accusing black men of fake rape charges. That's a culture thing for white supremacists. So he was talking greasy about Nate Parker, a man who was acquitted by other white people. So Tim Wise doing that, jumping on that white supremacist bandwagon, because this whole thing is racialized. That whole Nate Parker attack, fake outrage, it's a whole political Hollywood thing. It's racial as hell. And Tim knew what he was doing. And for him to throw fire on that, he's extremely suspect. Black folks should not fuck with him. I'm officially not fucking with him. Because, Gus has been warning us for years about dude. Say I got Nate Parker's name right tonight. I know. I always get his name mixed up. But yeah, I'm not rocking. We truth be told, man, we got to get off this thing about these alleged white allies. Look, we like John Henry Clark told us, man, we all we got. We ain't got no friends. I always say this, if we got some white allies who want to be white allies, what you need to do, because we don't need you to sit up and just keep telling us what the problem is. We know that. We know what the problem is. We don't need you to be Jesus, and we don't have to give you props for saying what the problem is. Hammer, MC Hammer, checked MC Search on that. Speaking of suspected white supremacists. Remember when The group Third Base came out back in the early 90s. And MC Search had some lines in one of his songs about the negative portrayal of black people. The bad guy wear black. Black cat is bad. So it was a white rapper kind of talking up for black issues. And because they talked up for black issues, they thought that they had the honorary black card, which they did. The group Third Base did have an honorary black card because black people gave them a pass. Black people gave them a pass. And because they had a pass, and MC Search has a black wife and the whole thing, so he thought he really had a pass. So he, when a lot of these dudes get a pass from black society, they think they can say anything. So MC Search, and I talked about this on the show before, he started, kind of dissing folks, and he dissed Hammer. And I remember Hammer doing an interview, and they were talking about MC Search and all that, and I think the interviewer said, and I remember this clear as day, this was like in the early 90s, and the interviewer said, well, Third Base, they cool, they speak up for black issues, and Hammer was like, hey, we don't need Third Base speaking up for us. We got black people who are thorough in the black community who can speak on black issues. We don't need him to speak up for us. Hammer said that years ago now. Around the same time, Hammer had them streets on Search's ass. Because MC Search thought he could diss Hammer because, they were trying to throw Hammer and Vanilla Ice in the same basket. But remember, Vanilla Ice is, whatever. But Hammer's a fucking G from the town. And Hammer had love not only in the streets of Oakland, but Hammer had love in the streets of L.A., and they had them 60s Crips all on Search's ass. They ran Search's ass up out of L.A. So that pass was revoked. And Search was recently, well, not recently, but like it was a few years ago, he was on Gus's show again. MC Search was talking about ain't no more white supremacy. Yeah, white supremacy was a thing of the past, but not no more. He was saying that on Gus's show. So you got to watch these dudes, man. You got to watch these dudes. Now, Tim Wise, he's very articulate about racism. He's very articulate, man. He can break the history down. He's thorough. Very smart dude. But the dude's a suspected white supremacist. That's what it is. And at the end of the day, when black people start trying to come up with real solutions, these suspected white supremacists will show their true colors. Just like people like Sean Penn. Sean Penn is one of these people, these humanitarians. They love to go down there and feed little starving babies. He was down there in New Orleans with a boat and a gun. What the fuck you doing with a gun, Sean Penn? He's another one of these people that will go to Haiti and he's the white savior. Oh, they play that white savior shit all the way up. They love niggas they gotta save. And, Sean Penn is all out there in Haiti and all this old shit. And the minute when Wyclef was going to run for president of Haiti, one of the main people throwing salt on Wyclef was Sean fucking Penn. Sean Penn was talking greasy about Wyclef. Sean Penn was one of the main people talking greasy about Wyclef. They were over there, dude. And we're gonna talk about Haiti in a minute too. Man, they didn't do shit for Haiti. And we showed y'all in Hidden Colors 3. If you don't have it, go to hiddencolorsfilm.com. We told y'all, man, down in Haiti, when they had that earthquake, we had a video clip of the Prime Minister of Haiti saying that white people were coming down there, stealing people's organs. They were harvesting body parts down there, hearts, liver, spleen. They were down there snatching up fucking organs. This the Prime Minister said this. This ain't no Alex Jones conspiracy. None of that. This ain't no Alex Jones shit. The Prime Minister of Haiti said people were down there harvesting the organs after the earthquake down there. We broke all that down in Hidden Colors 3. If y'all want to really understand that organ harvesting, look at Hidden Colors 3. We brought receipts, and we talked about it going on out here. Right after we talked about it, all types of different articles came out. They were doing that in Chicago, that organ harvesting. Look that up. There's stories about them going to warehouses and it's just body parts and organs on ice in warehouses around Chicago. Dude, if you haven't seen Hidden Colors 3, well, all of them, but definitely Hidden Colors 3, you want to learn about that stuff. But speaking of Haiti, you know, the hurricane down there, they said like 800 people died. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know a lot of people did die, but when the number goes up extra, extra high, I'm starting to think, okay, how many people were actually killed and they just used the hurricane as an excuse? Anonymous, I'm not with you, whatever. You trolling. You're trolling. Yeah, it was a lot of shit going on with Katrina too. A lot of shit going on down in Katrina. But when they say like 800 people died in Haiti because of the hurricane, it's possible. I'm not going to completely rule it out, but I'm going to play the devil's advocate. I'm like, because the first reports, it was like 100 and something people. Then that shit, the next couple of days, it rose to 800. I'm like, really? Okay. How come the Dominican Republic and Haiti, they're on the same island, but the death toll in the Dominican Republic isn't that high? And they're literally on the same island. But all these people in Haiti die. It's possible because of structure, you know, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Haiti has no building codes, and that's something that we need to talk about as well. Because, you know, the Clintons, they raised a lot of money for Haiti and didn't give them the money. I think they raised billions of dollars and built 6 houses. And Aki, my girl Aki, who's part of Melanoid Nation, we were talking. And we were talking about doing a Melanoid Nation drive to actually go down there and do something for Haiti ourselves. We can do it ourselves. Because I was going down there to Haiti anyway, because I'm doing research for the documentary that we're going to do about Haiti. We're going to do a documentary. I'm going to get on that in a minute. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And I was asking people on Twitter, do you have any organizations down there who's Haitian based? I'm not talking about none of these U.S. organizations. No, I'm not going through them. I would like to deal with some brothers and sisters down there. We can go down and get some shit built, get some structures built. We can raise a few $100,000 and get some shit built out there. Some structures, shelters, whatever. All the people that's in this room right now, fuck all that shit to the Red Cross. Don't give them shit. We can go down there and get that done. We're going to think tank about that tonight. We're going to think, we politicking tonight in the chat room. Let's think tank about it now. Let's politic about it now. What would be the best type of structure to build down there? We can get that. All the people are what? About 1,700? How many people in the chat room? How many people in here right now? 1,500 people. Us in this room right now can get some shit popping. Let's just get the plan right now. What can we get? What can we get? Let's say we raise around $200,000, which we can do in a couple of weeks. What can we build down there for $200,000? At least 200. I'm saying at least, on a minimum. At least $200,000. At least. At least 200 grand. I will take that shit down there myself and get that built. Some brick homes or whatever. What can we get for 200 grand minimum? Minimum. That's right. All we need are 300 people. We got 1,500. Out of the 1,500 people here, 300 of you will be down. That's all I need. We'll go down there and build. What do we need to build down there? Somebody said a strip club. Nigga, kill yourself. Hospital, businesses, we can do that. Anybody here from Haiti? Let me talk to somebody from Haiti who's in Miami somewhere or who has family in Haiti, who's been to Haiti. If you have been to Haiti, if you're from Haiti, you've been to Haiti, somebody press 1. Let me know. And I know there's some troll niggas in here, whatever. But press 1 if you're from Haiti or been to Haiti or lived in Haiti, you got family in Haiti. A hospital, but the thing is, healthcare facility, okay. Brick homes and groceries. Because that's the thing. The reason why a lot of them get devastated out there is because they live in shanty towns. You got aluminum houses. A hurricane shelter. Good idea. A hurricane shelter. That's one thing. Hurricane shelter. That's one thing. Concrete and steel homes with basements. We need basements. 1. Okay, I want some of my Haiti people to call up. 818-850-5404. We don't need another church up in there. And trailers. Charter school. Hurricane shelter. Okay, construction company. 818-850-5404. That's one thing we do need. We need like hurricane shelters or a hurricane shelter, or we can make strategic hurricane shelters. So when the shit is about to go down, people at least have a place to go to live. You say no basements? A water treatment plant, okay. Plant, okay. So yeah, definitely water treatment, okay. Somebody says sanitation, elevated houses. Your hurricane center that serves as a community center, but okay. Because I know when I was in South Africa, we were over in the shantytown areas and we would donate money to a whole bunch of shit. And they had one spot in the hood over there that was like a community center, and they were feeding people. They had free lunches and stuff like that. So that's something that we could possibly do. So we're politicking this shit now. And earthquake proof, exactly. And floods, if it floods, no basement. Oh, okay. Does it flood a lot out there in Haiti? I want some of my Haitian people to call up. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Chris from Brooklyn.
Hey, Chris, you got anything to do with Haiti?
Haiti?
Yeah.
No, I'm not from Haiti.
Get out of here, you damn nigga!
Hello?
All right. I
Hello?
want people, Haiti. We're talking about Haiti right now. All right? We're talking about Haiti right now. All right? Don't call up if you ain't. We're talking about Haiti. What we can do for Haiti. What's up? Who's calling? Hello? All right. Because they raised billions of dollars and built 6 fucking buildings out there. Man, please. We can build shelters. At least we can build some shelters, some hurricane shelters out there to get people in just so they can be safe. That's something we can definitely do. That's the least we can do. That's the least we can do. All right, what's up? Who's calling?
I'm coming now. Ah! Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. That boy hurt me, Lord. That boy going crazy again. Help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. Come out. Help me.
Nigga, you still here? Okay. Hold on. And see, this is why usually I like to have the think tanks closed. That's one reason why we like to have closed think tanks, because when it comes to talking serious stuff about doing something, shit like that, niggas like that want to be on the plantation with dumb shit. So it's always that class clown when it comes to buildings. Well, that wasn't even funny. If it was funny, I would have been like, oh, all right, whatever. What's up? Who's calling?
Hi, Tariq. It's Deborah from New York. I'm Haitian. Both my parents are Haitian.
Hey, sweetie. How are you, Deborah?
I'm fine. As far as what Haiti needs, they definitely need better homes and housing, but they need some type of agricultural program out there where they can start sustaining themselves and feeding themselves and growing their own food. And hopefully they'll translate into them getting into business and would deal with part of the hunger problem over there.
Now,
so
what's the problem with growing food over there? Do people not have land? What is the major problem with growing their own food there?
I think a lot of the people don't have lands, and also it's an issue where you have a lot of houses that are on top of each other. So they're just building on top of the land, and they're not cultivating it enough to grow and sustain their own food.
Okay.
So we need to start replanting again and plant, and like someone said about the water system, get a better water system, and get them back to cultivating their land.
Now, what's the deal with the water system there now? I mean, what's the deal with it now? The water do they have thorough water treatment plants there? What's the deal?
No, a lot of the water is not good. We can't drink it. And even when I was in Haiti, when I was 13, probably 30 years ago, they said not to drink the water.
Okay.
The water, has parasites, it's polluted. The animals, drink from there and defecate in the water. So, unfortunately, we need wells, or at least those tablets that you can put in the water to kill all the bacteria and stuff, so they can, drink it and take care of themselves. So it's really so sad that a country with so much history is going through this. And it's so funny that I saw a meme today where they were like, they always refer to Haiti as, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. So they never, refer to Haiti as the first independent nation, the first successful slave movement, the country that helped liberate other people, including Dominicans.
Right.
So I just even like how they even portraying Haiti.
Right. Okay, we're going to look into that because I want to find out. I need to find out where's the water source in some of the main places like Port-au-Prince. What river are they getting their main water source from? Why is it being poisoned? What's the government doing about it? I want to, I need to know all that because I want to do something tangible, and I want the family to be able to go down there and help out with doing something tangible and getting something done quickly. And I want all the logistics. That's why I want to know where people live, what land is allocated to people so they can grow stuff. I want all the logistics.
It's best that you go down there and find out for yourself.
That's
true. So much corruption, even with the people that are in power in Haiti. It's sad. Like, even if you give them, the government people, their aid, it never makes it to the people. It's so much nonsense and corruption. It's crazy. And the Clintons have their hand all up in it. They have their puppets in there. They're building a big ass hotel. And then you have Port-au-Prince that's so ravaged from the earthquake. So you're dealing with that damage as well as this hurricane. On top of that already structural damage that was never taken care of. We need all the help we can get. Right.
So is there a way to deal directly with the people without having to, deal with the government officials? Because, we do, if we're going to build something on land there, we would have to get, permission from the government officials, right?
No, I know there's a Haitian author, Edwidge Dandicat. She's a female author. She had a list of different charities that you can help out in Haiti directly. I'll email those to you so you have them.
Okay.
So you can contact some of them.
Okay. Yeah, please email me. My email is info@tariqelite.com. That's my email, okay?
Okay, and I saw Birth of a Nation. It was a great film.
Yes.
I've already I'm arguing with frequencies all day, every day.
Yes.
So, there's nothing else I can do.
Yes, man. I feel you, sister. Thank you so much, beloved.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, I want to go down there. I need to know who to get up with down there. I need to go on down there. I was thinking about going there this week, actually. Because I was talking about, with my people about, what I need. Do I need a passport? I know I need a passport, but if I needed a visa or whatever, and all my Haiti people, you don't need a visa or nothing like that. All you need is a passport, and you can get on down there, right? So I might go out there this week. Oh yeah, I need to holler at Combat Jack. Combat Jack is Haitian, right? Yeah, and the UN, didn't they admit to poisoning the water with cholera? So, water distillation machines. Hold on, what's that? Hold on, let me see what that link is you put up. Hold on. Okay, the link is not good. Plumbing is an issue too. The hookup with Wyclef. Now, is Wyclef still riding motorcycles and thongs? The last I saw Wyclef, that nigga had on a fucking thong, and the top part of his body was oily, and the bottom was ashy. So is Wyclef all right? No visa required. Okay. Yeah. No, Nas ain't Haitian. Let me see what this is. Technique. What's this? What's up, Melanated? I'm trying to push this link. Okay, there it is. Distilled manufacturer. Okay, now how much is this machine? Instant startup. Okay. Equipment. Distilled water generation machine. Okay. Now, how much is this machine? Yeah, I heard Usain Bolt is investing $10 million. Okay, no, Roland Martin ain't no damn Haitian. We talked about that documentary 13th. We watched it, and it was good. Very good documentary. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up, Tariq? This is Chris.
What's up, Chris? You from Haiti?
No, I'm not from Haiti. I just want to chop it up with you right quick.
Hold on, we're talking about Haiti right now, brother. So call back later, all right?
Well,
Okay, brother. Come on now. I don't want to lose focus. We're talking about we're focusing right now. What's up? Hey, what's up? Who's calling? Okay. Let's see who we got. What's up? Who's calling?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, brother?
How you doing, brother? This is my dad's Haitian, so he could help with raising money without going through the U.S. government.
Okay, so your dad have you been over there to Haiti?
I am heading to Haiti now. I am driving to the airport going to Haiti.
Why does your accent keep going in and out, nigga?
That's it's an economical problem.
Nigga, why do you have a Jamaican accent, nigga, and the Haitians speak French? Your accent ain't even French, nigga. You don't even know how to fake the accent correctly.
We speak French and Creole. So
Get out of here, you damn nigga!
Get your stupid ass off
hello?
my phone. Get up.
No. Hello, Tariq.
All right, get off my fucking phone, nigga. This nigga had a damn Jamaican accent and tried to pass it off as Haitian. Oh, God. All right, let's see who we got here. What's up? Who's calling?
Hello.
Hey, who is this?
This is
Say your name, baby. Say your name.
This is Ellen from Kansas City, and I am calling in regards to Haiti. I wanted to acknowledge the fact about they sit right on the same island as the Dominican Republic. And
the atrocities happening over there with Dominicans and going over there and cutting the sugar down, the sugar cane, and having their ID taken, and slavery still being enforced there. That's a whole other piece. I just think that the government has to figure out what's going to happen. I mean, they need some kind of government. They need some kind of person to step up and say, we cannot have all this corruption, all this mess, but there is no real true leadership. It pains me to know that on one side they're being combated with the Dominican Republic, just killing them just because they're Haitian and just this slavery and all that mess. On the other side, the world's not taking them seriously. So it needs some true leader to go over there and guide them. Secondly, they need to say what they want. Have anybody asked the Haitian people, what do you want to come about in your economy, in your land?
Right.
So
exactly. That's why I want some people who are from there, who has family there, to let us know what is needed there. None of that bullshit with the Clintons going to raise some shit and take photo ops and then pocket the money.
Right.
What I want to build something tangible down there that we can point to and say, hey, this is what we're doing.
Because it's been way too long.
It's taking too long.
You slow down there, and you ain't had shit produced. And
nothing.
Then had this next hurricane come out. And so now you triple, double. I mean, it's ridiculous. And somebody who has no ties to the government, no ties to corruption, something. Do they want democracy? Do they want a socialism? I mean, what happened? It just seems to me that Haiti is that country that's just there.
Yeah. They've been.
So I know a real solution, but whatever comes about, I am definitely there to support it when it's real, true change, and not just there for this charity shit.
Yeah. Going
down there and helping them for a minute.
Exactly. And
you been helping them going down there, kiss on the kids, getting them clothes and bullshit. Fuck that.
Exactly.
What can we do to? But thank you for my call, and I don't want to hold the line, so thank you again for the call. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Man, we're going to figure it out. I'm really thinking about going down there next week. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to see who to connect with. I'm thinking about it. I don't know yet because I'm doing a lot of shit here, but because I got to go down there anyway. Again, we're doing this documentary. I was looking at flights and all that stuff. So we're working it out. We're going to see what's up. That's why my Haiti people, especially people who's going to listen to the playback of this, email me at info@tariqelite.com. info@tariqelite.com. That's my email. That is my email. And, I know a lot of cats want to chop up some game tonight. When am I going to start the drive? I'm going to keep y'all posted on that. And I know a lot of people, they want to... Hilarious team. They take Nas with me. It'd be the battle of the best airline. But me and Nas, we do have the same barbers. So my man Trey cuts both of our hair. Now, a lot of people, y'all want to hear... A lot of people still want the game. A lot of people hit me up. Man, we want to chop up some game. We want to chop up game. The social stuff is good, but we want to chop up game. Well, this week, in addition to the Tariq Elite radio show, I got a new podcast coming, family. I got a new podcast. We're going to probably start it on Tuesday. Got a new podcast coming. Y'all need to follow me on Twitter and Instagram so I can give you the details on when it's going to air and the official website for it. We've got a new podcast, all game. I got a female co-host, and it's a straight nothing but game. The name of the new show is Ism, and we're just dropping game on the show. Somebody said finally, because people are hitting me up. They want to talk about game, but we got to talk about social shit. So the Wednesday show, the Tariq Elite show, we'll talk about what's going on in the world, whatever. But the Tuesday show, all game, Ism. And I'll keep you guys posted on that. Y'all follow me on Twitter at Tariq Nasheed. You get all the information. You get all the details. Tariq Nasheed on Twitter. AEG said, fuck that game bullshit. No, nigga, don't listen. That's the thing. Start live streaming on YouTube. Yeah. Now, that's the thing. If you don't want to hear the game, IZM ism. And that's the thing. If y'all don't want to, y'all find out. Y'all see when you see it. I got a lot of surprises coming up this week. A lot of surprises coming up this week. We're going to chop up some good game. Now, I'm not doing Hidden Colors 5 yet. Yeah, I'm not doing Hidden Colors 5 yet. Yeah, so the ISM radio show, yeah, that's going to be all game. My email is info@tariqelite.com. Info@tariqelite.com. That's my email. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, this is Deshaun. How you doing?
Hey,
I'm a
Deshaun.
big follower, fan of your show and everything. I saw you back in Charlotte a couple of years ago, and yeah, I just remember you saying that way back when, and I was kind of a bit of a coon back then, I guess, because I didn't believe racism existed until I experienced it firsthand myself several times. But anyway,
Yeah.
what about Haiti? What we're talking about tonight is that I was doing some research, actually, and it's interesting that you talked about that, because I was following a few subjects on the things that simple techniques that they can use to change some things.
Yeah.
And a few things you may want to look up just on the net. Just do a search for the cheapest way to get clean water, and then look up a website called Clean for Change. And on there, they have several low-cost ways to treat and create fresh water out of, dew, using those techniques, or even desalination. But it's very expensive for desalination. It's a very expensive process, which is why only the richer countries in the world, like Dubai and Saudi Arabia, are the ones that are falling there. That's why you always see a lot of those countries, as you might be already aware, that are in the Pacific surrounded by water and still having water issues.
Right,
so it's easy to do, right? So certainly it's definitely something you want to look into, and maybe consider looking at that. The MIT has also did a couple of technologies.
Hello?
Oh, did I lose you?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying, on Google and check out the cheapest way to get fresh water, actually, and it'll pull up like the first thing you'll see, and it'll pull up some of that data. And just think about that, because I'm taking engineers. I have a lot of friends who are engineers, and we've just been discussing ways we can help Haiti get to where they need to be. Because I was following Matthew before all that stuff arrived. They were still living in tent cities, and obviously people are surprised by the death toll because people completely forgot about the earthquake, and It's so easy to do that. So like I said, they need continuous help, and that's just the thing that matters. So yeah, if anything that you can help to do, if you can personally get down there, that's certainly great, because it puts your face on the ground and you're able to see firsthand and apply that knowledge. But definitely take the opportunity to look it up. And sorry to talk so long there, but I just wanted to get the point out and keep it moving, because I know you're busy.
I mean, thanks for the call, brother. Yeah. Yeah, I just got to go down there and see what's cracking. No, what y'all saw me looking up, there was a damn spider coming down from my ceiling. I'm like, what the hell? I was trying to get it, and this nigga done disappeared, so that's what it is. All right. But yeah, I want to look into that. I want to see what's going on with that. Because we have to understand that there's a lot of politicians out there who are puppets for the white supremacists. They are put into office and allowed to be into office, and they do the bidding of the white supremacists, and they make sure that they don't do anything for the people there. So there's a lot of stuff going on in global politics, man. So say that spider is an FBI robot, hilarious. I hope that shit don't bite me. That shit, it ran. I don't know where it is. But yeah, we got to look into that. Now, another story that came out today. Y'all remember Ken Thompson, the prosecutor, the DA, the district attorney in Brooklyn, who black people put in office, and he allowed Peter Liang, who killed an innocent black man. Peter Liang was an Asian American cop who killed an innocent black man. He said he did it by accident. And Peter Liang went to court, went to trial, was convicted, and Ken Thompson, who's a black man, after this man was convicted, Ken Thompson got out there and said that he shouldn't get jail time and let that man get off for killing a black man because the Asians got in Ken's pockets. Ken was in their pockets, really. He was in the pockets of the Asian community. Do y'all know that man just died today? Now, I don't celebrate nobody's death, especially a black person. I don't celebrate anybody's death. But the thing is, I heard Bobby Hemmett say this. Bobby Hemmett said the ancestors are real hell on black folks who sell out other black people. The ancestors don't fuck around with that. The ancestors really don't play around with that. See, we think, and they don't play around with these white supremacists either. We think that these white supremacists are struggling right now. Yeah, our problem is white supremacy, just like Haiti. Haiti gets hit and hurt by these hurricanes because the white supremacists are destabilizing them. So their problem is white supremacy. But the ancestors are bringing the karma. You notice all these places are getting hit with natural disasters. Florida, all the shit. And I done talked about the Orlando curse for a minute, but South Carolina getting hit. All these places getting hit with these natural disasters. Because that karma and that whole Central Florida, Orlando, they've been getting hit back to back. All types of shit. Flooding, hurricanes, shootings, kids getting ate up by alligators. All of that right there in that Orlando, Central Florida area. They're getting the business. The karma is coming heavy. Because a lot of the stuff that's happening to black folks started recently. The recent stuff started in Orlando with that George Zimmerman. Them allowing George Zimmerman to kill an innocent child. The karma machine has been hitting that area nonstop. I'm just saying. The karma machine is turned up over there. Didn't something happen to Cape Canaveral? Oh, man. I mean, shit's been happening back to back in that area, man. You say I'm kind of reaching. Well, shit, let me reach. Well, I'm going to reach for the stars, nigga. I'm reaching for the stars. I'm reaching for the stars, Jackson. You damn right. I'm going to reach for the stars. I'm just saying. The universe is not playing around with the karma, boy. That's what Minister Farrakhan said about those natural disasters. These natural disasters are hitting these spots. And, they got all the wealth and the resources. Zimmerman got his ass whooped, and what I like about Zimmerman, it's a slow torture he's going through. Zimmerman tries to put up a game face. This motherfucker it's a dragging out of his life. It's a torturous life he's living. Yeah, I remember that. Remember when South Carolina, they said Farrakhan couldn't come out there, and they started getting all them floods and rain, pours, and all that stuff. But yeah, they get in the business, but that karma is not a joke, man. And, a lot of people say it's karma. Could be a coincidence, but a lot of people say it's karma, man. When black folks are getting shot, especially out here in LA and out here in Southern Cal. couple of black folks, they will allow black folks to get shot. Now some people in law enforcement are getting shot. I'm not saying good, bad, right, or wrong. I'm just saying this shit is just, it's coming back. This ain't like back in the day. Y'all just, you're unjust and you get to just chill. The shit is coming back to a lot of people, man. It's coming back and hitting these communities that allow injustice. The universe is speaking. The universe is speaking. That's the universe, not me. This is not me speaking. It's the universe speaking. Because people, you cannot allow injustice and think that you're just going to post up. The universe is coming back with a vengeance now, man. I'm just talking about karma. I'm talking spiritual right now. I'm just talking spirituality, karma, energy. So the feds, if you're watching, which you are, I know you're watching. Don't show up to my house again. I'm just talking spiritual shit. I didn't see my brother Gorgeous Dre on 5150. I got to check it out. Yeah, Dick Gregory said that hurricanes move in that old slave route. Hurricanes start in West Africa. They start off the coast of West Africa and they travel across the Atlantic. Yeah, Dick Gregory broke that down years ago, how them hurricanes, they start on them old slave routes. You dig? But it's heavy stuff. But yeah, with Ken Thompson, because what he pulled, that was, I mean, and again, I don't condone anybody dying. The man had cancer. That's a horrible thing to have. He just announced he had cancer a few days ago. And, you know, that's a horrible thing. But what he did was so fucking scandalous, man. What he did was so scandalous. Because what he did, he set in motion the executions of other black people, because he was in a position to say, look, I'm going to start a precedent and we're going to send these people to jail for harming these folks. The dude, you contributed to it. You sat up and let Peter Liang get away with killing Akai Gurley. You allowed that to happen, dude. Dude, that was despicable. That was despicable. So that is what it is, man, you know. Let's see who we got on the phone. What's up? Who's calling?
Yo.
What's up? Who's calling?
Yo, it's Love Jones from Love Jones 305 from the chat room.
All right, what's your real name? I'm not calling no nigga Love Jones. What's your real name, nigga?
Nigga, my name is Rakim, but I'm Haitian, though. I just want to tell you something, you know?
Go ahead, Rakim. Sac passe, brother.
Como est? Bien?
There you go. Say boule. What's on your mind, brother?
I'm just saying, though, like, if you want to, like, build some shit, like, it'll be less cost efficient or whatever how you say that shit. I'm a street cat. But, you know, like, they had this shit called, what's the word? Yeah, storage containers. You can build houses from. It's way cheaper. You know what I mean?
Storage.
Like, I'm looking into it too.
Okay. Huh? Like storage containers?
Yeah, it sounds crazy to you, but if you go on YouTube and you look it up, you see these crackers, man. They got these fucking storage containers, and they're making mansions for way less money. You feel me?
Good. Now, how is that going to stop hurricanes? Because I want to get people in some.
Oh, well, we ain't got that type of technology to stop no damn hurricane.
Not stop hurricane, but protect yourself. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm just saying, though. But it's fireproof. It's hurricane-proof. And plus, if you build houses in Haiti, you got to make sure that it's up off the ground. Because when my people they're from Gonaïve, and water flows through. Okay. So you got to make sure it's up off the ground. You can't build it like a regular house over here. They have to be off the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm serious. But the like everybody need to look it up. Storage containers, man.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up, brother. All right, but thanks for the call, brother.
All right.
All right. That's Rakim. This nigga said his name is Love Jones. You change your fucking nickname. A grown ass nigga talking about his name is Love Jones. Alright. Change your name to Killer Black or some shit, but you too big and rusty to be Love Jones, nigga. What's your name? What's up, baby? They call my name Thick Sweetness. Fuck is Thick Sweetness? You don't have a Love Jones type of voice, my nigga. Change your name, Thick Sweetness. Let's see who we got here. Nigga, what are you doing? Hey, what was that sound, brother?
I'm at work, man. I had some headphones on, so I just unplugged them.
Nigga, this sound like a duck whistle you had. Nigga, you out there hunting at night? What kind of sound? What? Where you work at, brother?
I work at a hotel, man.
There you go, man. What's on your mind, brother?
Well, I'm Dre from St. Louis.
Dre from St. Louis, all right.
And I think that idea about shelters is a real good idea.
Yeah.
And what you want to look into is monolithic domes.
Okay.
They can be built to where there's a space under there in case of flooding. They can withstand 300-mile-an-hour winds. Trees get blown, hit them head on. They can withstand some bomb blasts.
It's called.
And they last out for years. So
monolithic domes.
Look it up, man. Yep.
Okay, so like, is it? Let me Google it real quick. Monolithic domes. Now, have you worked in engineering before, or something like that?
No, I've been real estate.
Okay, I'm looking it up now. Monolithic dome. Okay, I'm Googling. Okay, all right. So, okay. I see. Okay, I'm looking at the structure. Okay. All right.
Right.
I'll look into that. That looks interesting. Yeah, because I'm hearing a lot of stuff about flooding down there in Haiti. So, yeah.
Right, and so the building technique you use is you build them up off the ground to where there's a space underneath in case of flooding.
Okay.
And look at the monolithic dome site. You will see some that are already built in Florida that have that type of design.
Oh, okay. Okay, now I'm looking at like some houses, kind of like monolithic domes. Okay.
Yeah, but they make schools out of them, auditoriums. It's the best build technique, especially for like what you're talking about.
Okay. They look cost effective too.
Right.
Do you have a ballpark on some of the rates for them?
It costs about the same as, just say for instance, if you built a monolithic dome house, it would cost about the same as a regular constructed house with the same square footage. The thing is, though, you save a lot of money on heating and cooling because the way the structures are built, they retain a lot of heat and they retain the cool if you air condition them. So you're like a church built one, and their lighting costs went from like $5,000 down to under $1,000, and so it's something to look into. You're gonna look serious about doing shelters there.
Okay,
and they can also pull at schools, just whatever you want. We should really think about using techniques like that and others to build whole communities, like homes.
Yeah,
that's what they should be putting in on them islands, is homes like that. So you don't even have to go to a shelter; you just hunker down at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that, brother. I'm gonna look into that because that sounds very interesting, and it looked like it can withstand high winds and all that stuff, and it can be uprooted, and so that's something that we're gonna definitely look into. Good looking out, man. Good call, brother. Thanks for the call, bro.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, they look almost like igloos to a certain degree. Look like, stone igloos. So that's something we're going to look into, monolithic homes. Say, nigga, y'all say he had the budget in. I should have asked him what hotel he's in. Shit. Monolithic domes. Okay. Modern day dream homes, monolithic domes. Yeah, I want to look into that. Man. We got somebody in here trolling. Let me see who else we got here. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, man, it's 3 Pac, man. From Twitter. Tariq, what's going on, man?
Nigga said 3 Pac. What's up, 3 Pac?
What's going on, brother? First off, man, I want to give a rest in peace to Cancun Thompson. And another thing, Tariq, whenever you come to New York, man, please go to the Brilliant Idiots podcast.
Yeah.
You know this nigga Schultz got the nerve to say, because where black people live, it's inherent in us to do evil things, to go rob people and shoot motherfuckers. Yeah. What's wrong with Charlamagne co-signing that motherfucker?
Man, yeah, I got to hit that show up when I go back to New York, definitely. There's a few shows I got to hit up when I go back out there. I got to get back out to New York soon, man. But yeah, I done heard about a dude saying a bunch of...
And it's like nobody got into him, like Immortal Technique. Like, I feel like you the only person who can break this motherfucker down, because he just say anything and Charlamagne just let him say whatever.
Wow. Yeah, I got to get on there. I got an interview coming out this week. You guys look out with some folks. So, but yeah, I'm going to look into that, man. But thanks for the call, fam.
All right.
Yes, indeed. All right. But we're gonna come up with some ideas about what we can do down in Haiti. Got to come up with some ideas on what we can do. Now, how many of y'all saw Birth of a Nation this weekend? I saw Birth of a Nation Thursday. Great film. Birth of a Nation was a great film. Let's get into that. Birth of a Nation was a great film. A lot of folks went to see it this weekend. The box office numbers came out and they said it only made $7 million. And now all the Hollywood trade publications are saying that the movie was a flop. First of all, I don't believe that film only made $7 million. I know too many folks went out to see that damn movie. I do not believe that movie only made $7 million. One thing I know is that there's a lot of people, shout out my man Henry James, a lot of people were getting the wrong tickets. I said that was going to happen. I got my tickets online, so I just showed them the little thing on my phone when I got to the theater. But a few people said that they got tickets to another movie when they went to see Birth of a Nation. My man Henry said that happened to him. I think Lil Duval said that happened to him, the comedian. I think somebody said Carrie Hilson said it happened to her. I think. So there's a few people who said that they got the wrong tickets. But let me say this. With The Birth of a Nation, I have never seen a movie that was deliberately sabotaged by the Hollywood industry publications like Birth of a Nation was. I mean, they were going out of their way to sabotage that movie, which we knew some fuckery was going to happen. When you look at some of the reviews, all the Hollywood trade magazines were all talking about this fake rape allegation that they were blowing up themselves. The Hollywood press was blowing it up themselves and complaining about the controversy. They kept talking about the controversy around the film, But they were creating the controversy. The controversy was created exclusively by the Hollywood press. They created the controversy. And it was very deliberate. They were sabotaging that movie. They were staging protests outside of theaters, candlelight vigils for rape victims. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't never sat up and held a candle for a Woody Allen movie or a Roman Polanski movie. It was a bunch of fake outrage because what they were doing, they were using the fake rape allegations that the man was acquitted of. And another thing I don't like, and this is, why don't y'all, and I get very offended by this, I wish y'all stop trying to use black women as shields. I really take offense to that. Black women are not fucking slaves. I wish people stopped treating black women like slaves. They always find one black person to hide behind, put them in the forefront and say, hey, we're not being racist. A black person, this black woman is saying what we're saying. They love putting a black female and hiding behind a black female and trying to use black women as slaves. Y'all cut that bullshit out. I don't give a damn how many sisters you put out there. Because I don't really attack them. I'm attacking the people that put them there. Because there's that organization, my man Ricky Raw on Twitter, he broke that shit down. This brother had receipts of these organizations. I think one organization is called Fuck Rape or some shit like that. And they kept trying to put a couple of token black women in the forefront, but behind the scenes, they run this shit like a white feminist Illuminati. It's so many white feminists behind this thing. And they get their money by portraying the black male rapist propaganda, and that's how they get money. They've always gotten money like that. But understand, the protest behind the birth of a nation was not about no fake rape allegation that this man was acquitted of. They're just using the I'm white, not say so logic. What they were really protesting was the former slave Nat Turner. They were protesting what the movie was about, and they were hiding it behind that fake rape allegation. They were protesting the movie and the theme, which is black folks standing up for themselves and fighting oppression. That's what they were really fighting. That's what they're protesting. Don't be fooled. That's why they didn't like it. That's why Tim Wise's ass came out talking greasy. See, when you talk about black folks thinking for themselves, and the movie was great. Nate Parker should get an Oscar, and they're going to use this fake propaganda to not give that man an Oscar. He deserves an Oscar for that performance. The brother's acting was superb. The movie was great. And in the movie, I'm not giving no spoilers, but in the movie, you know, he's a preacher, and while he's preaching, he's learning how the white supremacists and the slave owners have used the Bible against black people. He's reading how they've used the Bible, and they make him go to different plantations to calm other black people down. Great, it was a great film, man. And I'm not trying to give away too many spoilers. But in the movie, they kept making the slave, Nat Turner, go around and calm the Negroes down and read verses in the Bible that's going to make them submit. And he kept going around to these different plantations, and he kept seeing how brutal people were being treated, and he was getting sickened by that. And then he started studying the Bible more, and he learned, okay, for everything they tell us about being docile and submissive, there's something else in the Bible that tells us to be defiant. There's something else in the Bible that tells us to rise up and stop oppression. Great message in the movie, man. Great message in the movie. And it showed how Nat Turner calmly, planned a rebellion. And what's interesting, the rebellion part of the movie wasn't that long. You know, the actual rebellion was kind of downplayed, but you know, I could see why the white supremacists would have a problem with the film. But there was no white savior in the movie. Okay, who is this Mexican for Trump? Okay, let me ban him. Okay. Ban. All right, I got Mexicans for Trump out of here. All right. Yeah. But the acting was superb, man. The acting was superb. And I really hate how they tried, well, they sabotaged the movie. The Hollywood press did. They kept pumping up this fake rape allegation that the man was found acquitted of. And that's the only thing they could hang their hat on. That's why they pumped it up as a way to punish him for making a movie about a rebellion where there's no white savior. Yeah, that's another thing. There was no white savior in the movie. And that's why people like Tim Wise spoke out against it, because Tim Wise makes his living on being the white savior. Tim Wise gets big money going to schools and campuses, acting as white daddy, speaking up for black issues without actually giving a solution. Tim Wise, he hasn't given us one damn solution. See, we give solutions over here. And they don't mind being white daddy. They don't mind being a white savior. They'll challenge white supremacy as long as they can be white daddy and white Jesus over us. And in this movie, there was no white savior. Understand this. See, they like 12 Years a Slave, which was a great movie. But 12 Years a Slave, there was a white savior in that movie. They had Brad Pitt in 12 Years a Slave as the white savior. Movies like that where there's a white savior. Let me tell you something. If The Birth of a Nation, and Nate Parker said, I think they told him that, you know, he needed a white savior in the movie. And he said, no, I'm going to just do the movie like I want to do it. If The Birth of a Nation had a character in there acting as a white savior, you would not hear nothing about them rape allegations. You would have heard nothing about it. They wouldn't have said nothing. They would not have said anything about that. Django 2, there was a white savior in Django. Look at these slave movies. Most of these slave movies, there's a white savior in there. No, I like 12. 12 Years a Slave was a good movie. And when I was watching it, I'm just waiting on the white savior to come through. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking I'm about to get through the whole movie without a white savior. And then Brad Pitt shows up. He's the good white man who's going to do right by the Negro. I said, oh, okay. There we go. But they got to have Negroes with white saviors. Those movies always get Oscar nods. The Blind Side. Sandra Bullock was the white savior. The movie The Help. They had a couple of white saviors in there. Oh, the Help was just comical. The Help was just comical. The white saviors in that. I mean, they were tripping over themselves to save Negroes in The Help. They were just tripping over themselves to save some Negroes. My God. Free State of Jones. He's another. I didn't even bother to see that shit. I'm good. I didn't even bother. I'm not about to watch 2 hours of a white fucking savior. I'm good. Gotta have that white savior in there. All those movies, you gotta have a white savior in it. Man. So this movie, there was no white savior. That's a no-no. They don't like to talk about movies with no white savior. That's why the Hidden Colors series, we ain't no white savior in Hidden Colors. Oh, all the hood movies. All the hood movies where there's black inner city kids. It's always Michelle Pfeiffer, Dangerous Minds, Jim Belushi, the principal. Oh, it's always the white savior. Back in the 70s, they had a TV show, Welcome Back, Kotter. So, yeah, there was no white savior, and that's why they tripped on that movie, and that's why they went out of their way to sabotage it, man. So that's why I really, really want to get this Haitian Revolution movie popping. Because, you know, I kind of wish Nate Parker just went 100% independent with the movie. I think, I just think just dealing with Hollywood, period, with a movie like that, they told him he was going to get sabotaged. We knew the brother was going to get sabotaged. You know, that $17 million they gave him, you know, they kind of cashed him out, which was good. You know, he made a nice chunk of change on the front end. But I don't know, man. You know, they're trying to blacklist the dude, basically. And that's why, man, when we get this Haitian Revolution movie popping, you know, we doing this thing all the way for the streets. Your Pootie Tang. See, and I saw Nate Parker doing an interview. He was like, you know, he was talking about the soundtrack for the movie Birth of a Nation. He was talking about Gucci Mane and Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz, and he made a comment. He was like, well, you know, these guys got the streets. He was like, you know, I ain't got the streets. You know, I don't have the streets, but, you know, Gucci Mane and 2 Chainz and these guys do. So, you know, we needed them to, you know, give us that street cred to a certain degree. But the thing is, on this side, see, I got the damn streets already. I got the streets locked. So I know how to go directly to the streets. What's up, Aim Natural? You going to bed, sweetie? So, like I'm saying, I know how to go directly to the damn streets. And that's that old school, that's the whole blaxploitation thing. Back in the day, a lot of the blaxploitation movies were made independently. Like, for example, Dolomite, Rudy Ray Moore. Shout out to Rudy Ray Moore. A lot of people sleep on Rudy Ray Moore, Dolomite. Yeah, I talked to Isaiah Washington. I talked to him last night. Isaiah called me last night. He had just saw the movie. We had a long conversation. Isaiah called me like at 12:30 at night. And we had a long conversation, man, about the Birth of a Nation. I mean, we're chopping up some real good game about it. You know. But what was I saying? I was saying something. Yeah, Isaiah, he's phenomenal. That brother's a phenomenal actor. Phenomenal actor. But like I was saying, back in the 70s, you had brothers like Melvin Van Peebles. Melvin, he had that plug with the streets. Melvin raised up the money to get Sweetback done. And the brother took it to the streets, man. And that movie was a huge success. Sweetback, that movie kicked off the blaxploitation craze. Sweetback, it literally kicked off the whole blaxploitation film craze. And people like Dolomite, Rudy Ray Moore. Rudy Ray Moore raised the money himself. You know, he did his movies, which were, you know, tongue-in-cheek, with, comedy movies. They were low budget, but the thing is, he didn't go through the Hollywood system. He already knew how to work the Chitlin circuit, as they called it. And working the Chitlin circuit, he knew promoters at radio stations. He knew promoters at clubs. He knew people in the pool halls. You know, he knew how to get out there and hit them streets. And he used those same connections when his films came out. He financed his films for like $100,000, something like that. Put them out, hit the streets, got them in these independent theaters, and these movies took off. He made a nice chunk of change from his movies. And That's how we got to start. We got to go back to doing that. We got to start. We got to stay. We got to connect with our people directly. That's what we did with the Hidden Colors series. We're connecting directly to the people. We don't have to go through the Jerry Hellers of the world. Because like with Easy and those guys, even in the NWA movie, they said something about, there was a scene in there where Dre was talking to Easy about leaving Hella. And see, black folks, we got this thing that we can't do shit unless a white person is facilitating it. And Easy was like, nah, I don't want to leave Hella. Hella done so much for us. And Dre was like, look, dude, we talented. We were going to make it without Hella, which was the truth. Which was the truth. NWA, they were going to make it. They were already moving units out here on the streets. They just didn't have the distribution connect yet because they were going through Macola Records, which was basically a pressing plant out here in L.A., and it was run by a dude named Don McMillan, and Don McMillan was backdooring everybody's records, selling them on the low, making a gang of money. This was before SoundScan. It was a whole racket going on out here on the West Coast, man. That's another. I want to do a documentary about L.A. hip-hop, man. There's a whole bunch of shit going on out here with Macola Records. If you saw all the early hip-hop records in L.A., a lot of them were pressed up by Macola Records. You can go up there and take $1,000 and you get 500 records made. And then you go up to K-Day, that was over in the Eagle Rock area. And you know, they put the shit on the air if it was hot. So, but my point is, you didn't have to go through the Jerry Hellers of the world. Yeah, I want to see that Michelle A movie too. I want to see that Michelle A movie too. That's going to be on Lifetime. So we got to start going directly to our folks, and that's what, when we do this Haitian Revolution, it's going to be a documentary. But I want to shoot like reenactments and all that stuff. It's not going to be a narrative film. It's going to be a documentary. We're going to shoot it in the same style as Hidden Colors, but what I want to have more reenactments. Because we've touched on the Haitian Revolution in the Hidden Colors film, but that story is so phenomenal. The whole thing has to be told. I was talking with James Smalls today. Shout out to Brother Smalls, who's been in a lot of the Hidden Colors films. And he's very thorough on that Haitian history. James Small, I mean, he's been down there. I mean, James Small, he's very thorough about that Haitian history. And me and him, we had like a 45-minute conversation today, you know, because I was cross-referencing a lot of my research, and I'm like, I just throw my shit away. This brother was breaking down some shit that I did not know. He was telling me about certain leaders that people don't know about, certain constitutions and laws that they had down there, and how they got the revolution started and who betrayed. It's a deep history, man. And yeah, we were talking about that today, me and Brother Smalls, about voodoo. The importance of voodoo. That's why they've made voodoo something negative, because those brothers and sisters down there conjured up that voodoo and got the strength and the spirituality to raise up and do what people thought was impossible. So they were like, oh, hell no. That's why voodoo is looked at as negative even by black people to this day. So the documentary that we're doing, that we're going to do, it's going to be heavy. So we need to, you know, we're going to have a Kickstarter for that soon. I'll let people know when we're going to do that. But it's a great story, man. Yeah, Bookman, we were talking about Bookman, because from what I understand, Bookman was from Jamaica. Bookman was a bad dude. Oh, so the history is phenomenal, man. And that's what they really hide. They really hide the Haitian Revolution history. They really hide that. Yeah, so that's something that we're going to tell that story. We're going to tell the truth of it and just do a whole film on it, man. And that it's going to be badass. And we're going to do it Hidden Color style, man. Directly to the folks. I don't know if it's the wind. I'm just choking because of the wind and dust down here. And that's you said Danny Glover and all these. People have been talking about doing a Haitian Revolution movie. They've been talking about it for years, dude. They've been talking about it for years, complaining that they can't get the funding here in Hollywood. They had to get the funding from this person, that person. Look, fuck that. We gonna do it. We're just gonna do it, man. We're doing it. And damn all that. We are doing it. People been talking about doing this shit for years. It ain't really been done. No, I don't want to. No. I don't want to do it as a complete narrative. I want to do it as a documentary. I think it'll be more effective as a documentary. And in the documentary, you have reenactments. I think that will be more effective. Let me see who we got on the phone. A lot of folks calling in. What's up? Who's calling? Yo.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Hey, man, who's this?
He's a DJ from Alabama.
DJ from Alabama. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro.
What's on your mind, DJ?
Yo, I had two different things that I wanted to talk to you about.
Go ahead.
There were, the birth of a nation, and then there was also, the Haiti thing. I had some ideas, like, I know the other guy who called you earlier about the, about those storage containment. It's actually a pretty legit idea. I actually had seen that when I was deployed in the military and like Afghanistan and stuff like that. They were using that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like government folks are using that stuff. So that's a good idea. On the other hand, okay. The other thing I want to talk to you about was is there any way? Do you know anybody that had ideas to try and invest in putting solar panels? Trying to help out different Black communities around America, not to mention the, Haiti and other. I know Africa's already doing it with Akon, but, do you know of anyone else trying to invest in solar panels to try and reduce, energy costs whenever it comes down to using oils or anything?
No, I don't know anybody over here doing that, but that's something I can look into. And, that's something we need to do over here. We need to start what we need to do over here. We need to start getting some political clout so we can start incorporating certain parts of town in certain cities in certain areas so that they are Black run, meaning that we have a Black economy, Black police chief, police force, like we were doing during Jim Crow until a lot of these places got rezoned and redistricted and all that old stuff. And this is why we got to start getting some of these governors in our pockets too, because see, they'll let a few Black mayors pop up. They'll let mayors pop up all day who are Black, but the governors,
they don't control the resources.
They don't control the resources because the resources are usually allocated by the governors, and these governors around the country, you notice they're lily white. There's only two Black governors around the country, if that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so. That's something we're going to have to learn how to use our money and our finances to get these governors in our damn pocket. You feel me?
Yeah. Another thing, man, I got to tell you, birth of a nation, dude, oh my gosh, it's going to sound crazy, and I hope you don't frown upon me for being a man saying this, bro. The end, because we all know how history, how it ended and everything.
Yeah.
Man, when that happened, bro, I cried in that movie theater.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to give up my man card, but man, I ain't gonna lie, I literally cried, and I had to wipe my face a little bit, and I went out, that way nobody else saw me with my car. Man, I was falling, crying, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? This movie really touched my soul.
My wife and my mom cried. Yeah, my wife and my mom, they were crying after the movie. So yeah, it was deep. I didn't have a chance to cry because when I left the theater, people was talking to me, recognizing me, hey, Tariq, what you doing in the theater? It's that type of thing. So yeah, I got taken out of the movie psychologically. But this was you at the theater getting it.
That ain't fair. I didn't do it like that, man. I was quiet with my head a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but
all right, man. But
yeah,
thanks for the call,
thanks,
brother.
man.
Thank you, brother. All right, bro. Man. Yeah, the rebellion. No, you said, "Well, was I crying too?" Nah, I didn't cry. Oh, the movie was good. It was a good ass movie, man. Yeah, the movie, it was a good movie. It's a very good movie, man. So yeah, definitely go see the movie. You know, I really hate that our brother Nate Parker was sabotaged, man. I really hate that. I really hate that they sabotaged the brother, man. They went out of their way to sabotage the movie. Now the Hollywood press are going around with headlines calling the movie a flop. And you notice they never do that for other movies either. You notice that? And that's another thing. You go look at some of the Hollywood press today, all the headlines, Birth of a Nation is a flop. Birth of a Nation is a flop. They don't do that for other movies. They don't do that on opening weekend, just make a big deal, just go out of their way to talk about how a movie flopped. They're going out of their way to talk about how the movie flopped. And all the trade headlines, go look it up, man. If white movies flop, well, they keep that shit real quiet. But they're going out of their way to say that the movie flopped. And I think they sabotaged the movie. I know too many people who went to see that movie for it to just make $7 million. Dude, that movie, you know, it was in many theaters all over the country. It's like 2,000 theaters. A lot of people went to see it. I don't believe they sabotaged that movie, man, to make an example out of it. Dude, when Hidden Colors 4 came out just this year, we were in less than 30 theaters. And the opening weekend of Hidden Colors 4, we almost grossed like damn near $500,000. This was an independent movie in less than 30 theaters. We were in less than 30 theaters, nigga. We almost grossed $500,000. An opening weekend. So I know that movie, Birth of a Nation, had to have made more than that. I know it had to have made more than that. Yeah, but Hollywood went out of their way to sabotage that movie. They went out of their way to sabotage it, man. They went out of their way to sabotage that movie, dude. Man, Gods of Egypt, nigga, do you know that movie flip-flopped? You never see headlines saying Gods of Egypt flopped. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars on that movie. What's the box office take in for Gods of Egypt? Hold on. Let me look that up now. Box office.com. I'm looking at Box Office Mojo. They got all the numbers. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Gods of Egypt. So that movie, you want to talk about a damn flop. Nigga, Gods of Egypt, their budget was $140 million. They brought in $31 million. You want to talk about a flop? This movie lost over $100 million. Gods of Egypt lost over $100 million. They've never referred to that movie as a flop. They have never referred to that movie as a flop. It lost over $100 million. Tarzan flopped. Exodus flopped. Let me look at the numbers for Exodus. How the fuck you spell Exodus? Exodus. Okay. I forgot how to spell Exodus. Exodus. All right. There you go. Exodus, Gods and Kings. All right. There's another one. Opening the window. Hold on. That's another one. Exodus. They spent $140 million. It brought in $65 million. Still a flop. It lost almost $100 million. That's another flop. All right, Call Me Beauty. You going to sleep? You going to sleep? Waterworld flopped. A lot of these movies. You know what? There's a lot of movies that are classics now that flop that you never knew flop. You know Willy Wonka? The Willy Wonka movie that was made in the 70s? Not the new one. I'm talking about the original Willy Wonka movie from 1971. That movie was a flop. That movie actually flopped in the box office. A lot of white movies in the early 70s, like 71, 72, 73, those movies were flopping back to back. The Godfather did pretty good, but a lot of those early 70s mainstream Hollywood movies flopped. Right around 71, 72, 73, 74, most of those white movies flopped. That's why the blaxploitation movies were so popular, because black folks were going to the theater at the time because white people had moved the hell out of the inner city and started moving to these suburbs, and they didn't have those Metroplex theaters in the suburbs yet. And white people didn't want to go down to the inner cities no more. So all these empty theaters in the inner cities, they started getting these cheap movies from China, and they started getting these cheap Dolomite movies. So that's why, if you remember back in the 70s, you go see a movie, you go see the karate movie, it would be double feature. They would have sometimes triple features. I mean, I used to go to the movies as a kid, dude. So you would have the karate movie and the blaxploitation movie. It was like that through the whole 70s. And those blaxploitation movies kept Hollywood afloat. Like Shaft, Superfly, all that shit kept Hollywood afloat. Shaft saved Universal. Universal was about to close down. Universal Studios, the theater, that shit, the movie company, their lights was about to get cut off. The movie Shaft saved them. Shaft saved Hollywood. A lot of those early mainstream movies were flopping. Now, Hollywood used the blaxploitation movie to get back on their feet, and once they got back on their feet, then they started making these big budget movies for the white audiences, starting in around 1975. Right around 1975, that's when we started seeing Jaws. Then we started seeing Close Encounters. And then in 1977, we started to see Star Wars. We started to see all these big mega movies, because now the suburbs and all that shit had these Metroplex theaters, and Hollywood got back on its game. And right when they got their weight up, that's when we saw the decline of the blaxploitation movies. So right when Hollywood got their shit popping, no, Jaws didn't save Universal. It was Shaft. It was Shaft, my dude. It was Shaft who saved Universal. They'll try to act like Jaws did it. No, it was Shaft. Shaft saved Universal. They got the money from Jaws to make Jaws from the Shaft movies. Blade, let's go. Hey, my man made a good point in the movie. Marvel films, if you remember the early Marvel movies, one of the first Marvel big budget movies they did flopped. One of the first movies that Marvel did was Howard the Duck. Do y'all remember that? When did they do Howard the Duck? Howard the Duck was They did that in what year? 1986. And Howard the Duck, that was a Marvel comic book character, right? Where are my comic book heads? Where are my comic book heads? Howard the Duck was on Marvel, right? Howard the Duck was a major flop. Howard the Duck, they made like, it was a big, this was in the 80s, so these big budgets, that was unheard of for, like, you know, movies like that in the 80s. So their budget to make the movie was $37 million. That was big money back then. That was big money back then. And Howard the Duck made $16 million, so that was a major flop. And what was that other movie with I think it was Marvel, with that movie with John Leguizamo? Was that Marvel? What was that movie? Fuck, it was a comic book type movie. Because I'm not into comic books at all. I don't know, you know, who's who, what's what, but I do remember Howard the Duck being from Marvel Comics. And is it Punisher? Is that the movie with John Leguizamo? No, nigga, not Spawn. Spawn. Was Spawn? Hold on, Spawn. Now, was Spawn a Marvel guy? Was that a Marvel comic thing or Spawn? Okay. Image Comics. Okay. That's what I was asking. Because Spawn, it made a little money. Spawn made a little money, but it wasn't Marvel, so okay. All right. But Spawn almost flopped, but it made a little money, but it's not Marvel from what I'm hearing. So, I was going to say that was one movie that didn't flop, but that wasn't a Marvel movie. Okay. So, most of the Marvel movies were flopping. I thought Spawn was possibly a Marvel movie, but it wasn't. So, all the Marvel movies were flopping then. I was going to throw him a bone with Spawn. So, all the Marvel movies was flopping until Blade came along. What's up, Haitian Joe? Joe, you were bullshitting. Oh, it's MGM. Okay, my bad. I got it wrong. Okay, my bad. Run of the Trill, my bad. It was MGM. Shaft Save MGM. I got my studios mixed up. It was MGM. But again, all those systems are intertwined, by the way. The whole Hollywood system, them shits are intertwined. Why you bullshitting? All right? All them shits are intertwined. So, I meant MGM. He saved Shaft saved MGM. But it was still those blaxploitation movies that were keeping the lights on at Universal. Because Universal had movies like Trick Baby, Iceberg Slim book. They were supposed to do the Iceberg Slim Pimp book. So Universal was making money off the blaxploitation films too. But no, it wasn't Jaws that saved Universal though. Understand, Universal did have a lot of blaxploitation movies. It was so many, I just kind of got the studios mixed up. But how do you think Universal kept them damn lights on from the late 60s until 1975? How do you think they kept the lights on? What hit did Universal have in that 5-year time span? Because look, having flop after flop after flop can kill a studio. Like Canon Pictures in the 80s. Remember Canon Pictures, it was a movie company. They put out like the break-in movies. I think Canon even put out, I think they put out Crush Groove. Did they? Hold on. Let me Google. I'm using my old brain. Hold on. Canon Films. Canon Films. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I want to say they put out Crush Groove. But they put out a lot of movies in the 80s. They put out a lot of Chuck Norris movies. I think they put out one of the Superman movies. List of Cannon's film. Cannon Group. Okay. Hold on. They put out a whole bunch of these like low budget movies that did real good at the box office. American Ninja. I remember them doing Break In and Death Wish. Canon Group. Okay. Hold on. And they fell. They fell under. I'm looking at some information on it now. The final, after the Canon dissolved their distribution deal, Canon becoming the art house, in-house production again. Okay, yeah. The last movie that made money with Canon Films was Breakin'. The movie Breakin'. That was the last movie that made money with Canon Films. Because, then afterwards they start putting out all these low-budget movies that were flopping. And hell, if you put out a bunch of flops in a year, your shit is going to go under in the Hollywood game to keep these lights on. Yeah, OJ was supposed to be the first Terminator, yeah. So the thing is, like I was saying, the point is Marvel was putting out a bunch of flops, and Wesley Snipes came through with the Blade idea. And that right there got Marvel Films heavy in the movie game. And then Spider-Man and all these Avengers, all that shit, all these Marvel comics, all of them owe their success to Blade. Wesley Snipes, and the thing is, once Wesley Snipes got the weight up and started to get the Marvel comics popping, once he started doing that, they started shitting on that brother. Then those taxes and all that shit start popping up. They got him for taxes and all that dumb shit. And then they start trying to make him a co-star in his own series. They tried to make him a second fiddle player in his own movie series. Yeah, they shitted on Wesley. And that's why they blacklisted him, see? That's why they got in on him, man, because Wesley sued the studios. This is how you got to understand how these studios are intertwined. Wesley, one of the no-nos in Hollywood, you're not supposed to sue a studio. And didn't Blade go through Universal? Because I think Wesley sued Universal, a New Line on one of them. I think it was Universal, though. Universal is on the tip of my brain. But I think it was Universal he tried to sue, because I think they were the distributor. And because he sued them, they all blackball you. See, they all get together. I'm telling you, all of them are intertwined with each other. He sued New Line, but I think Universal was named in that too. And then all the studios got together and blackballed him. That's how they do. Even the record industry, man. These Universal Records, all these record labels are intertwined with each other. All these record companies are intertwined. Like if one label blacklists you, because there are artists who get blacklisted. There's a lady in the music industry named Sylvia Rhone. Sylvia Rhone, she was the head of black music at Elektra. And Sylvia Rhone used to blacklist people big time. Sylvia Rhone, she's a very powerful, she's a black lady, sister. Very powerful lady in the music industry. And she's known for blacklisting people. Like, you can't get a record deal no more. After you cross her or fuck her over, you don't get no record deal no more. And from what I understand, I think she blacklisted Adina Howard because Adina Howard was on Atlantic, Electra, some shit like. All of them are intertwined. Yeah, you know about Sylvia Rohn, Rozzy? Yeah, Sylvia Rohn. She blacklisted. She had, I think, Adina Howard blacklisted, from what I understand. Wasn't it? Did she blacklist Mickey Howard? Yeah, Adina Howard's still finding the motherfucker too. Adina Howard, she was taking pictures. Adina Howard lives in Arizona. She was at the Hidden Color screening out there. She's still finding a motherfucker at her age. I don't know how. I think she's in her early 40s or something. She's still a fine motherfucker. Yeah, she ran Atco Records. That was Atco East West, so that was part of Atlantic. And I know she was also at Electra too. But Sylvia, I think she blacklisted Troop because I think they came at her sideways and they said something slick about her or whatever. She blacklisted. They ain't had a record deal since. So she blacklisted. And a friend of mine, a dude who's a rapper back in the late 80s, early 90s, a brother named Breeze, who was a friend of mine. I saw Breeze recently too. Real good friend of mine. And Breeze had a couple of local hits out here in LA, West Coast hits. He was down with the LA Posse and all these dudes. Breeze flow his ass off, but Breeze, Sylvia Rohn blacklisted him too. Because I think they ran in they walked up in the record label on some rah-rah shit, because back in the 90s, the early 90s, a lot of dudes would kind of run up in record labels on the rah-rah shit. That was kind of the thing in LA at the time. Niggas running up in record labels. That's that whole Death Row shit. People think it was just Death Row doing all that. Nah, everybody was doing that shit out here. You roll up in Motown or you roll up in one of these labels with a bunch of niggas with you with some rah-rah dudes and say, hey, look, I want my publishing, I want me in it. You go in there with the rah-rah shit. That was the thing back in the early 90s. Street dudes running up in record labels with the rah-rah shit. And my dude Breeze, I think he said he tried to pull that on Sylvia Rohn. It wasn't too rah-rah, but he kind of went in there making demands and all that, because Easy and those dudes would do that too. Easy had a deal over there at Atco. So I think Breeze went up in there with the rah-rah. And so she's like, well, I got the rah-rah for you. I'm the wrong chick to run up on with the bullshit. So my man could not get another record deal. Rozzy Roz, you say you did it? What you do, Roz? To get my damn chick. So what did you do, Roz? I missed what you said. Hold on. But yeah, Cube in the movie Straight Outta Compton. Cube, there was a scene in Straight Outta Compton, and Cube had to go up there in priority with a baseball bat. I'm telling y'all, that's how dudes was doing business out here, dude. That was common for dudes to run up in record labels with bats and sticks and pistols. Everybody was doing that shit. That was when gangsters and street dudes was getting into the record industry. All right, Haitian Joe. Got it, man. All right, Haitian Joe. Shit. Okay, I'm about to ban you, dude. Haitian Joe. Hold on. I'm about to ban this nigga. Because you real annoying, man. You keep putting your fucking page up, dude. Yeah, TLC did that, too. Say Sylvia Rohn may have blacklisted Maya. She may have, but Sylvia Rohn was known for blacklisting people in the industry. Sylvia Rohn was not the chick to fuck with. She was a cold piece from what I heard, man. Sylvia was a cold piece. What's that, Rosie? So you ran up in the labels with your dudes to get your checks if they were late? Yeah, that was heavy out here on the West Coast, man. That was heavy. Yeah, Maya, she's a fine little thing. She's cute. So again, the point is that just shows that all of these corporations were intertwined with each other. Because if Sylvia Rhone put that blacklist on you, no other label is fucking with you. So there was a Mickey Howard movie on TV One. Sylvia Rhone. Because I saw Unsung with Mickey Howard. Her story was a trip. I forgot how many fly songs Mickey Howard has. And Mickey Howard, she got on the pipe, and she still looks good though. And I know Gerald Levert was smashing. I didn't know that. Is there a whole movie with Mickey Howard? I want to see that. Is there a whole movie about Mickey Howard? I want to see that. If there's a whole movie, I'd like to see that. I got to look it up online. Oh, thanks, Texas. Like I got to see that. I didn't see the Mickey Howard movie because I don't watch too much TV, and it's hard to watch TV One now because every time a commercial come on, welcome to TV One. Join us. When I see Rolly the Boule Bird, I just can't. I just bust out laughing, dude. It's hard looking at TV One now because they got commercials of Rolly the Boule Bird every 5 minutes, and that shit is hilarious. Welcome to TV One. Y'all know, I know y'all laugh every time y'all see him on TV One now, man. I know y'all laugh when y'all see him. You say Gerald Levert was played by Eddie Winslow? Oh, I gotta see this shit, man. I gotta see it now. I'm gonna look it up online and see if I can see it. Say all lives matter. All right, Roland called me out. No, he didn't. No, he didn't call me out. Stop it, nigga. I hate niggas trying to put extra shit on it. No, he didn't call me out. All right, let me get out of here, man. It's 10:10. Let me go check on my babies. All lives matter. Shut up. Mickey Howard loving a new. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look that movie up. I want to watch that. All right, let me get up out of here, man. I got a long day tomorrow, but y'all need to go to HiddenColorsFilm.com to get Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3 into the 4. And y'all be good, man. I'm up out of here, man. Go to More Rust, man. Shout out to everybody who's on More Rust, man. We're still working the bugs and kinks out of More Rust. Let me show y'all my More Rust. Y'all follow me. Hold on. That's my More Rust. Y'all see? More Rust. Hold on. Let me press the button here. Let me go to my More Rust. All right. We be having it popping on More Rust. Let's get it cracking. Y'all follow me. That's my profile. Tariq Nasheed. All right, come on, Morris. It's taking long to load up. Hold on. Y'all follow me at Tariq Nasheed on More Rust. Hold on. We're still working out the kinks and the bugs. You know, we're putting all the features on there, getting things cracking. There's still some little bugs and kinks and stuff in the site, but we're still getting it popping. We're working on the Android version of it now. And y'all follow me at Tariq Nasheed on there. All right. So I'm gonna let y'all see what my timeline looks like. I got a lot of people following me on here. So y'all can post pictures, y'all can post links now. Let's go up my timeline. All right. We got it popping on More Rust, man. And look, More Rust, man, you can get on More Rust and just chop it up, man. You don't have to worry about people censoring you. You can be as black as you want to be. You ain't got to worry about white supremacist trolls getting your pages blocked and locked. You don't have to worry about chopping up some real good game about black issues and having white supremacist moderators lock your page up and you can't chop it up. None of that. Oh yeah, the sign-in issues, that's been taken care of. That's been taken care of. And we're on here heavy, chopping it up. Real good game, man. There's so many folks. That's one of the reasons why there's so many bugs and kinks that we have to work out, because so many people signed up for it. I mean, people are signing up heavy. How many friend requests I got? Hold on one second. Let me look at my friend requests. I got about 100 friend requests now. Okay, these are all the friend requests that I have. Okay. So I'm going to add all these people. But yeah, more us. Okay, if you're having problems, Rozzy, there's an update that you can download. Go to the App Store and make sure you got the update. Go to the iPhone's App Store, the Apple App Store, and make sure you got the update. We put up a new update on October 5th, and download that because there's a lot of good features on there. You can link videos, you can link websites and all that stuff now. So it's a cool goddamn site, man. This is the site. This is the place to be, man. Moorus is it. Moorus. Come on down to Moorus, man. All right, I'm up out of here. Go to hiddencolorsfilm.com, Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go to TariqElite.com to get the Moorus shirts. All right, I'm going to holler.